Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. Another nice, relaxed episode of just going and doing some regular realms before I launch myself into another 3-hour nightmare of a of an ordeal at the Gate of the Gods. But let's not even think about that just now. For now, I will just confirm to you that in between episodes I did re-roll the Goblet of Trials. We are once again set at the animator. Okay, one other thing I will address, because I'm sure it's going to bother some of you, is that I'm only using 4 out of 6 relics. And you might be wondering, hey Ellie, why don't you have relics equipped on your other creatures? The reason is I just haven't needed them. And any relic that I've tried, even in my testing or just by reading the descriptions, it's like, yeah, some of them do interesting things, but ultimately they also cause extra things to happen in combat, which sometimes makes things take longer. So my philosophy when it comes to relics, at least when I'm doing regular realms, is just equipping the bare minimum that will allow me to accomplish what I need without going too overboard. Like if I'm killing things, if I'm beating realms, if I'm beating false gods, nether bosses, fucking Xantai, that guy who's like, 3 bosses combined into one. If I'm beating these guys with my current setup, there's no need to put in extra stuff, especially stuff that especially stuff that will just make things go longer. I don't know why I suddenly felt the need to address that, but there you go. Now you know a little bit more about my philosophy in terms of my build. I know the reason I mentioned it. The reason I mentioned it is because we've also been doing Gate of the Gods fights, and for that we are using all 6 relics, but that's because for that party all of the relics serve a specific and necessary purpose. Although even then, there might be some that are like less important than others in terms of what they contribute to the overall build. So what are we doing? Do we have a boss fight? We don't. It's just regular realm, which means all we need to do is roll something nice for ourselves, and then 400 on the dot is acceptable. And we have our 5 projects, we have our bounty, and it's time for us to go. We're getting closer and closer to Realm Depth 1000. That'll be a nice milestone when it happens. Oh yeah, Damarel. I really like the music in this realm. So enemies are tanky because they have less damage dealt. And they're strong against death, which means they're strong against my Animatus. Nevertheless, I think we'll be just fine. They're fused with Sphinxes as well. I think that might potentially give them some annoying abilities. Hopefully it doesn't give them too many resurrections. I don't remember if Sphinxes resurrect. I guess we'll find out. God, this guy. You know what we should have done is we should have just waited for him to take his turn. And you know what? I'm gonna start summoning some. We haven't debuffed our enemies yet, so I'm just gonna I'll summon some enemies at the candle. But they'll be, I think we'll just go for... Oh, no, I got the wrong... I thought I was at the candle. I selected the wrong thing at that realm object. Usually the thing I go for is the third option, which is the thing that gives you a bit of a favor with the god. But as you can see, I messed up. So I took the first option, which just gives you some buffs, which is redundant because you can get plenty of buffs in the rest of the realm without doing all of that. But you need to find some of those batteries to put into these objects and get some treasure out of them. These gargantuans are being a bit annoying with how sturdy they are. You see, that's the thing that I was... Fuck off. That's the thing that I was trying to pick. Salamanders again. Jeez. Just kill this guy, come on. Alright, now let's see how well we do against these. We're doing okay. Hey, we hit rank A. That has improved our chances of getting the card. So that's nice. Whether or not we get the card, though, is still very much up to our luck, and it's still an unlikely event. Like, finding the card is a very, very low probability event, which is why finding cards is such a... I have no idea what happened in this. I think one of them resurrected, but resurrected at an odd time, so I'm not sure what happened with that. What I was gonna say was, you can do things to... Again! They're coming back. See, I had a feeling Sphinxes had some resurrection nonsense up their sleeves. I had a feeling. There's another couple of our elementals that have hit rank C, which means they are also going to be potential targets to summon at the candle. So we are doing that pretty quickly. I'm happy to see us making such swift. I pronounce that weird. Such swift progress on that new objective that we set for ourselves. Farming the elemental cards, because it's the last major currency that we haven't boosted our basic collection off. The elementals, hey, another netherstone, but this one doesn't have a trait. But yeah, elementals and constructs are the ones for the two special currencies. Constructs took a long time. For similar reasons to the elemental, because we had to unlock them and then get knowledge with these creatures before we could summon them. And what the fuck is going on? That's annoying. I keep getting distracted because every time I'm building some momentum with my commentary, something annoying happens. Anyway, what I was gonna say was the constructs are done. I am still not sure if the bonus is being implemented, because in the reported totals for how much glory you get, it seemed like it's like nothing is changing, but maybe the multiplier is being applied after that screen. And I don't think I ever ended up doing that experiment, you know, going to the going to the arena and then making a note of how much... Hey, another stone. Like, making a note of how much glory I have, going to the arena, telling me how much the game has said it's given me, and then actually comparing the totals afterwards. And if the multiplier is being applied at that stage, then it means that the game is under-reporting how much glory we are being given. On the other hand, if the totals do match up, then that would mean that the thing is bugged. But that's one of the things that I, have not done yet. I could potentially do it off screen, but I mean that's a lot of work for something that ultimately, while interesting, doesn't really affect the overall direction of the game one way or another. Whether or not we can slightly boost the amount of glory we're getting. Because ultimately, for one of the achievements, I think for winning, the achievement is to win 1,000 arena battles. Just by virtue of doing that, no matter how slowly, or how inefficiently. Excuse me. By the end of that, by the end of getting all 1,000 arena battle victories, we will have gathered, I believe, more... What? Why are these guys so oddly tanky? Like, what is going on? Anyway, let me finish my previous thought, which is to say, by the time we get done with our arena achievements, we will have more glory than we know what to do with. The only reason we would have to expedite our acquisition of glory prior to that is if there's something really expensive at the arena that we need crucially on some really urgent basis. And it's possible that such a thing might happen. So glory isn't, bad to have. It's good to have, but at this stage there's really no urgent need for it. Anyway, with all of that said, let's just continue on with this realm. And I'll show you at the candle. We have 2 new friends that we can summon in the elemental family. But I'm gonna focus on one at a time, at least taking it to rank S. Or getting the card, whichever happens first. Oh hey! One of these things. Always happy to see you, and we know that when the chest looks like that, it's empty. That's probably gonna be empty. And that's the mimic. That's a regular chest. That's the mimic. Let's do a mimic fight, because I want to remember, like, does this give us loot, or is it merely a mimic fight and nothing else? It's a mimic and 6 other things. Yeah, see, it's a mimic and nothing else. So I guess once you've gotten the mimic card, there's no reason to get into this fight anymore. I'd been just doing it out of habit, but we need to start thinking of a different thing that we can get out of that encounter. Ooh, and nearly forgot to donate. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to ponder. Like, I wish... I'm sure there's a way to... maybe on a second computer I could install this game and use save states and just see what every single outcome is on that encounter when I get it. Because it just feels like this is the kind of game that would do something sneaky, like put like one really good outcome, but you've got to do something really specific to get it. This is exactly the kind of... Like, look at the convoluted path that you've got to follow to get something like the King Dumpling. Right? So obviously this game is definitely capable of having stuff like that. Oh, hey, 420, nice. I will accept that, even though there's Resurrect on Death, and we do not have a boss fight, so we're gonna go into a regular realm. My throat's been really dry, so let me just... Let me just get a sip of water. Oh, hey, Zante. Hope you've been recovering well from that savage beating I gave you a few episodes ago. Remember when I beat you like 40 times in a row? No? No? Maybe you'd like me to refresh your memory? No, I don't think there's a way for us to challenge Zante to a fight in his own realm. I think we'd have to go back to the Gate of the Gods and hey! Impending Doom on turn. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Sadly, I don't think Impending Doom works in boss fights. Or our enemies are fused with Seraphs. Which, I don't think that affects us one way or another. The only thing really bogging us down is the fact that they are resurrecting. Alright, let's see. Man, what are you doing? Just stop it. That was annoying. Just wasting my time with their garbage. These are one of the two collections of phase folk that we need to kill for this realm objective. Hopefully they don't do any more spellcasting garbage. Looks like they are a little bit more well-behaved in that one, so that's good. And there's another nemesis creature. Quickly punch you to death. Now you're dead. With each creature that we take to rank S, the list of creatures that remain to be taken to rank S becomes smaller and smaller. Ooh, hey, speaking of phase warriors, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna... Let's see what your deal is. Immune to indirect damage, how about we just kill you with direct damage then? How about we just do that? Okay. Easy win. And this should give us the costume. And a bunch of other assorted treasure. Alright. Ooh, treasure golem. That's gonna be... It's gonna be tricky to kill him. But I think if we... Because we only have one attack per turn. I think if we plan it out well, we might be able to take him out. Or at least we'll have a good chance of taking him out before he gets his turn. Because if he gets his turn, there's a chance that he might just flee. Alright. Pink and green is going to be treasure. And the treasure took a bunch of... took somebody else to rank S, which is lovely. Let's just grab some of this as we're going along. Alright. Yeah, let's just go for it. So, here's how we'll do it. Clayman. Can we... I don't think we can, like, shunt him down the timeline. I think we've just gotta... There we go. I thought that was the safest way to go after him, and... in the end, we killed him without too much trouble. Zonte is upset. But I wouldn't worry about it too much. Zonte is probably just... He's still mad that we kicked his ass so many times. So he's just pretending to be upset about the treasure gold. We all know what you're really angry about. You can't fool me, Zonte. Alright, let's kill these guys. And let's do these phase folk. I don't think we'll get another favor rank with Zonte in this realm. Unless we get lucky with the... No, we're too far away. Ooh, Battle Master. What is that? What is that? I've just win 50,000 battles. Wow, that's one of those things where it's good, but also kind of horrifying that you got it, because it just shows how long you've been playing this game. Okay, so we didn't get the favor, but we got pink and green again, which means more treasure. Lovely. Alright. No enemies left, but there could be treasure. Oh, there's definitely some stuff down there. There's got to be. Well, there's the candle, which we're not going to be using. All right, nobody up there. Nobody down here. And nobody there. Nobody there. And I think we're done, unless there's like one tiny spot up there that I missed. I mean, we've got to go up there anyway, because that's where the exit is. But like I said, we're not summoning anything at the candle. I'm never gonna summon when enemies are resurrecting, because I don't have a way to easily deal with resurrections in this build. So let's go to a new realm. We don't have to go home, do we? No. New realm, we do have another boss. So I'll go to the Arachnid Nest. $349, so close. I accept 350 and above. So 349 is literally the highest percentage that I won't accept. Won't, yeah. It's like when you fail a test by just one mark. 404. I mean, even though it says resurrect on death, it's high enough that I'm gonna accept it. Alright, we get some treasure right out of the gate. Make our donation. And another portal. We have a Rune of Prophecy's objective to do this. And this one is the one where the bartender, the now ex-bartender, has lost his establishment, lost ownership of his establishment by betting it against Erst. And Erst gives us 2,000 notoriety. Nobody else gives us anything. There's Gordon the Strong, there's Giblet the Goblin, there's Nagdir, and Cradorule. All just enjoying a drink in this establishment that has just changed hands. Right, what else are we dealing with other than the resurrection? Other than the resurrection, it's not that bad. Although the gems being sealed is annoying, but we've got ways of dealing with that. We've got ways of dealing with that. Alright. God, man, I could have used some of these riddle dwarves last time. Cloud Beam is... it sounds like nature? Oh. Well, we got it wrong, but the reason I wasn't too upset about getting it wrong is because we don't currently have any objective here to correctly answer their questions. So all we did was we missed out on a couple of tickets. But we already have probably too many tickets. Like 100 plus. We're just sitting on them, we're not using them. The number of tickets we have is just, over the long run, growing over time. And if we wanted more tickets, we can easily farm them by going to the Gambler's Hive. Like, just for free, just by walking around in that realm, we can get Riddle Dwarf tickets. So, giving up a few of them in Riddle Dwarf encounters, like the Realm Riddle Dwarf encounters, it's not actually that much of a loss. Obviously, I will never, deliberately throw it. I will never deliberately get a question wrong. Because if the guy's right there, I might as well at least try to answer it correctly. But I won't necessarily, pause or like stop what I'm doing, look up the answer, and then get back to it. Even though I could, and even though I have in the past, I'm like, I'll only do that if there's a reason to do it, if there's something specific that I'm gaining. And this is an annoying battle just because, in addition to their resurrection, there seems like there's some other annoying stuff going on. Anyway, we got through them in the end. Experience points, okay. So we'll get extra experience for knocking these guys out. Sure. I'll take it. Once again, another realm where we're not going to be summoning anything at the candle. Yeah, the rate at which we're finding cards has plummeted. Or, I should say, it's gone back to the same baseline rate that we had previously. For a while, I was getting cards at a tremendous rate, mainly because I was doing dedicated farming episodes. But we're not going to be doing those for a while. we will have to do more farming episodes later on. I am under no illusions about that. This is just one of those games which you like, and especially if your goal is to 100% complete it. There's just no way to accomplish that without some level of farming and repetitive grinding. But for now, we can just play the game normally and enjoy it that way. All right. Some more treasure out of that. Where's the nether boss? Have we found him? Or, like, did we just walk? Did we just walk by it? Okay, this is kind of annoying. I'll do a double clayman, and I will wormhole. Oh, you know what? Let's do rabbit dementia. Oh, they're still being tanky. Alright. The explosions are hitting them a bit harder. Alright. Alright. Let's finish it like this. There we go. That Death Crafter with whatever he's fused with, that color scheme, is looking pretty cool. There's our nether boss. And where did you come from? I thought I just came from there. Like, where were you when I was going this direction? All right. All right. There we go. That's another 2 creatures that are now on the S rank list. You know what? Let's kill the nether boss right now. I think because as long as enemies are snared, that's the only thing that matters. Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay. Never. I thought he was one of those that changes his class and like he's got weird immunities, but no, he's just a regular dude. I'm gonna. I'll do it like this. Oh, we have less healing? We have less healing. Okay. Do we have less stat gains as well? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we should be able to win easily like this. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, we are in a bit of a situation. As long as Nurlix doesn't go. Okay. Let me do a quick Archangel, just to make sure that people don't just straight up die. And now I'll do Astral Dimension, just to unseal some of my gems. Now let's try this again. Now you are in rough shape. Now they're wasting time with a bunch of irrelevant actions, but they will soon be dead. Oh my god, just fucking die. There we go. Nothing special in the loot from the boss itself. Nothing in chest number 1. Something in chest number 2, but nothing exciting. And nothing in our loot from doing the from finishing the realm. We do have a few places that could have treasure chests in them, so we'll just take a quick look through. Nothing there. Nothing there. Alright. Well, there's this dude. Okay, nothing. Hey! That's nice. Shambler Benefactor card. I was not expecting to get... I mean, I'm never expecting to get a card. Despite the fact that I'm always looking for cards, I'm never expecting to get them. But here's another thing that would have been useful against Gone Fury... Anyway, Gone Fury fight is over. Let's not spend the rest of our lives, you know, thinking about everything in terms of whether it would or wouldn't have helped in that awful fight, because that awful fight is over. It'll take me a while to fully get over it. Anyway, we can just be happy that we've gotten another card, another total bonus from random loot. Takes us to 449, I believe. Yeah, almost at 550. Right, let's head home, hand in our project, start the new project, and yeah, we'll just continue. How long have we been recording? 38 minutes. Decent. And I think, ooh, Raider 9, so we only need to do 10 more raids. I think I will start a training mission. I'm just gonna start stockpiling health, because I think health is gonna be the most useful thing to have. We have a false god fight, so I think we're gonna stay in the arachnid nest. And in terms of loot, I think I've heard it suggested in some guides that you should just pick one realm and just stay there, because the higher you get in terms of your favor with the gods, the more of a loot bonus you have. So if that was my only consideration, I'd hit level 50 in all of the other realms, and then I'd just pick one and never go anywhere else. I'm kind of... Well, here we... Not only is it a card, but it is an elemental card. One that we will not have to farm, and we even get a nether portal. So what I was gonna say was, I'm trying to have it both ways. I'm going to the arachnid nest more often than any of the other realms, but I'm also doing all of the other realms Oh, they're fused with elves. This is actually kind of bad. So, elves means we won't be able to use Feign Death. We very likely won't be able to use Feign Death. Immune to attack damage, and this is a boss that we actually have to kill. We have to remind ourselves, this is not the Jotun fight anymore. This is nice. A whole bunch of treasure chests in our highest realm. Look at all these creatures that are going to rank S. Just based on all of this knowledge that we're getting. Didn't get any rare loot out of it. I mean, but like, we literally just found a card in the first thing that we interacted with in this realm, so I don't think we are allowed to be disappointed. So enemies have extra health and chance to resist damage, and we have less attack damage, and we have less damage dealt. Despite all of those things, we are still powering our way through somehow. Oh yeah, also, by the way, that's card 450. So that's nice. I should be doing it slightly differently. I should be doing Clayman and Rabid Dementia. And now suddenly we're easily taking them down. So this is a bit of a conundrum. We could make the boss immune to attack damage and spell damage. We might end up in a situation where the boss is unkillable, because our only way of doing damage would be indirect damage, but our indirect damage depends on us using Feign Death. Actually, no. Indirect damage can also include Blight. I'm pretty sure indirect damage can include Blight. Maybe? We might have... So, basically, if the enemy boss fight includes an elf barbarian, that could make the fight very complicated. So maybe I shouldn't have taken that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. You don't have arcane, so I'm just gonna do this. And just do that. There we go. Sure, the god can take less damage. We didn't summon anything at the candle, did we? I don't think... Man, are you serious right now? Are you fucking serious right now? Let's just do a greater dispel. I hate salamanders so much. Just all just be in jail. And you can lose less stats, because we don't really do stat reduction anyway. Yeah, see, we only just found the candle. There's another nether stone with no trait. Ooh, and there's a mimic. How are there so many enemies in this realm? If we haven't even... if we haven't even summoned that many of them. That's another elemental that is now able to be summoned at the candle. Right. Yeah, this could make for a very interesting boss fight. Do enemies have like mending or something? Yeah. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, I may have just screwed myself tremendously. We already got the card for this one. Despite not even having farmed it at all. Yeah, I'm not summoning anything at the candle because we need to kill... Okay, that's annoying. But I will do this. This is getting a little irritating. How is this guy like not taking damage? Are his defenses really that good? Or was he just resisting the damage? I think he was just resisting the damage. Anyway, just die. Just frickin' die. Okay. We've gotta kill 8 more enemies? Like, what is going on in this realm? At least now that we've unlocked the other elves, they are diluting the pool of elven creatures, so the barbarian is less likely now. Like in any group of 6, it's less likely that there's going to be a barbarian. Well, that sucked. Let's do this. And let's do this. Alright. Yeah, let's just keep doing it this way. And why are there so many enemies in this round? That's the other thing that's throwing me off. Get some more health out of you. Lovely arbitration. And just a wonderful turn 1 wipe has finished them off. Right, the Cockatrice Master does have an elf barbarian, so we're gonna have to deal with you in a very specific way. You don't have a... You don't have arcane, so you can't really do much. Let's do... Archangel. Let's do this. Or we're gonna need to hit him a lot harder, or we're gonna need to maybe do this. Or you know what? Let's do wormhole. Where's wormhole? There's wormhole. And let's do a finger of death. There we go. Four more enemies, alright, we're getting through them. I should have buffed myself before hitting them, but I think we might be able to kill them anyway. Almost. There we go. All right. Where are the remaining enemies? Creatures burst out. All right. Alright, let's get that, and there's still 3 enemies left, but where? And there's a few places they could be. One could be in this room, but isn't. Also close to another favor rank with Regalis. Okay, 2 of them are right here. I think we might be able to just brute force this. There we go. The damage resistance is also being really obnoxious, but we kind of knew that was going to be a thorn in our side. Right. And you're dead. Where's the last enemy? There you are. 3 additional charges. Okay. Can we just... Okay, we've actually got to be a little bit careful. And let's try and do this mainly on ethereal gems. Oh god, like we could waste all of our spell gems if we're you see, you're already out of your non-ethereal clayman spells. So this is kind of bad. What about you? You still have some clayman left. Okay, that's good. You have arcane, so do this. Excuse me? Right, they have the elf barbarian. Never mind. You don't have arcane. But, you know what? Let's try this. There we go. Okay, so there's the portal. There's a chance that we might just maybe not die, but like not be able to win. So is there anything else we want to do before we go inside? I'm gonna say no. I'm just gonna go in. And so much is gonna depend on whether he is... Wait a second. False gods don't have fusions. What was I even worried about? What was I even worried about? Okay. Never you mind. Everything is perfect. Alright. What was I even worried about? Jeez, Ali. Nether bosses are fused. False gods are not. So the Nether boss could have been an unwinnable fight, but this false god should just be just a standard garden variety victory. Except that we've got to focus on the Dread White. Do you have Clayman? You do. So we'll do another kind of round of... We should have a second Entangling Roots, yes we do. We'll do another round of going around and buffing everything. I'll do an Astral Dimension just to give ourselves some more of these. Can I cast? No, I can't. But I can cast this. I can cast this. And the Dread White with 1 billion health should be able to do this. Did we put a damage cap on this guy? Did we? Huh. Because is there any other way of doing indirect damage? I mean, we can poison him. I mean, we might as well. Exhaustion? Hang. Where can I see what the, like what our, runes are for this fight? Go to my battle history. Or does he just have a lot of health? Maybe he just has a lot of health. Well, in either event, we'll see about this. Let's do Entangling Roots. Clayman, that Clayman is done. This Clayman is also done, but this Clayman, that Clayman is sealed. So let's do an Astral Dimension with you, buddy. Right now, 11 billion health. On, okay, now we're doing the damage. Now we're doing the damage. I was worried. I'm like, if we've put a... I think this motherfucker resisted damage. This piece of shit. So I'm gonna have to do this. There we go. And I think now we can just do, like, reincarnation, just, like, single cast. And... oh, right, no, he is immune to the initial... He is immune to the initial damage. Yeah, we don't want to double cast reincarnation, because we have a limited number of... You know what? Why am I even doing a reincarnation when I can just do wormhole? When I can just do this, and I can do feign death. Except feign. That's why. That's why. Well, I mean, we can just do that again. Having unsealed it. There we go. And now if we just do that a third time... Well, first of all, we've got to unseal it with Astral Dimension. Now we can just do that a third time. And this should be an easy win. Feign death. Man, are you serious? Like, are you actually serious? Are you actually serious right now? This is pretty annoying. Fuck off, dude. Astral Dimension, do we have that? No, you don't. Whatever. You don't. Just. Okay. With all of that done, let's do wormhole. You know, let's do reincarnation. Do we have? We should have a reincarnation. An extra reincarnation, no? Evidently we don't. Impending Doom, Devour, no, no, no. Misery, no. Whatever, let's just... Entangling Roots, I guess. You don't have a reincarnation either. That sucks. You know, I'll just do Astral Dimension. You do have reincarnation, but it's a double cast. I guess just defend. You should have a reincarnation that we can throw out. There we go. Okay, now he's dead. That took very long, but we had given ourselves an awkward collection of properties to deal with. And we got a nether stone for our trouble. Do we get anything else? We're past the 1 hour mark as well. So, let's see. We could go that. That could be fun. This could be interesting. That sounds pretty good. That's a pariah perk. What was I interested in? I mean, charges aren't really that important. This one sounds like it could... It depends on how the scaling works. Does it just add it? Or is it like... let me explain what I mean. Does it go from 100% and then you add 3%, and now you're at 103% damage, and then does it add 3% again, or does it multiply by 1.03, and then the next time does it multiply again by 1.03? Because if it's the second one, then that could lead to some nice scaling. If it's the first one, I mean, then it's not bad, but not great. Well, let's just go Drained Essence. And what is our heaping treasure? Heaping treasure is... drumroll please, 2 different nether stones. Oh, God. Ugh. 2 different nether stones. And neither of them have any traits. But like what happened was I once again hit my knee into my desk, which seems to be a regular occurrence. Right now we are a bit more higher rank with the Nature Guild. Getting knowledge with some creatures as well. Ooh, a whole bunch of them are hitting some really nice ranks. Wow, that's a lot of knowledge ranks that we gained just from one fight. And we've collected this, right? Yeah. And even more, or like one more from that reward at the end over there. Alright, I think we're done, and I think we're just gonna end the episode now after this, because it's a nice point to end. We just did a false god fight. We're just past the 1 hour mark, and I think we're good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just quickly gonna check up on the progress made for our Rune of Prophecies. Slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. Haven't found a single buried treasure. That's a little bit alarming. I really hope I haven't had things where I found the map and then forgot to... Now that I think we probably have had instances where I found the map and then forgot to dig it up. So there's a chance that we're going to have to leave this uncollected. But we should be able to get everything else done pretty quickly. Like one more Pandemonium Shrine should be doable. And the gambling, again, we'll do right at the end. Before we end off, let's set a new bounty. Again, we'll stick with the Nature Guild. Because why mess with something that's working so well? We are up to minus 8.8% indirect damage taken. And it's slowly becoming a very significant bonus. So we'll set another bounty again with Caliban. This time, depth 972. Right now, let's reflect on what we accomplished this episode. Again, just a few regular realms that we delved into. We found a couple cards from random loot, including one elemental card, just for free, which I'm happy to have. No partial bonuses yet, but we'll get there slowly. We hit 450 cards, which is a really nice bonus. We also have been regularly finding nether stones, and at some point we're gonna have to crush some of these low-level useless nether stones, but I'm waiting until we gather more of them, and then we'll just crush them all at once and see how many we get. And what else was that? Oh, another knowledge rank. Okay. Oh yeah, and the other thing is we're also getting knowledge ranks very quickly with creatures. Ooh. Yeah, we now have less than 10 full pages of creatures that are below S rank. Granted, there are some creatures we haven't unlocked yet, as you can see at the top. It's 1157 out of 1201, so there are 44 creatures that we have not unlocked yet. So we've still got a few to get, but the vast majority are already here, and out of the ones we have, the number, like the lowest we have is D, and everything else is slowly getting consumed by the ever-expanding pile of S-rank creatures. But yeah, that's going to be something we'll continue working on in the upcoming episodes. For now, though, it's time for me to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. That fight went a little bit long, but we had to do some unorthodox stuff to win just because of the properties we'd given that nether boss. But I mean, that happens every once in a while. Sometimes you dig yourself into a bit of a hole, and then you just gotta dig yourself back out. I don't even know if that's physically possible. Like, if you're in a hole, surely digging would only... I mean, I guess you could dig a kind of staircase situation and then slowly walk out. So yeah, just imagine we did that. Just imagine something that's, that makes sense, and then that's the thing that we did. And we were able to win the fight eventually. But yeah, on that note, yeah, just once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a great time, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode as well. And until then, take care.